Hello YouTube, welcome to yet another new video. So today we'll be discussing my thoughts on the new Disney Plus series Cars on the Road. I'll be giving my speculations to what I think will happen next and what I hope to see. So first off, title. I don't mind the title, could be better, could be worse, but I think it fits in quite well with the Monsters at Work title. I think it's a rolls around it. Title is just showing the main characters doing a day-to-day life. Like, monsters are at work, cars are on the road. You know what I mean? I feel like it fits perfectly with Monsters at Work. A bit hard to describe, but next up, casting. So it's been confirmed that Owen Wilson and Larry the Cable Guy will be reprising their respective roles of Lightning McQueen and Mater. Personally, I'd love to see. I was wondering whether Owen Wilson or Keith Ferguson would be voicing Lightning. Well, I have nothing against Keith Ferguson. I'm much happier to see Owen Wilson back doing the iconic voice. I feel like he can just do it so much better than Keith can. Okay, now I'm gonna take a look at the concept art they're giving us. So, first off, got the Mater and Lightning being chased by dinosaur cars. This gives me vibes of Jurassic Park or the Flintstones, and I don't have much to say except I really hope that they do the dinosaur cars as diecasts. I really hope they do. Second is the Lightning and Mater in a post-apocalyptic world, and this gives off massive Mad Max vibes. So, once again, I hope we get some of these or all of these as diecasts, and it makes me wonder how it'll tie into the road trip theme, which I'll touch more on in a minute. But third is just Lightning being chased down a hill by a monster truck. And there's nothing really much I can say about that, but I'm assuming he's just provoked the monster truck or something, and it's decided to chase him down there. It's probably the monster truck's got into a fight or an argument or something, so he's being chased by the monster truck. I personally have no idea. So the sorry, I keep messing up my words here. The artwork, like the merchandise, jigsaw puzzles, drink bottles, that sort of stuff, I think that was what we got. And it had road trip sort of themed stuff, even though we didn't know if it was going to be for the series or not. And in those photos, it's just portrayed as a happy, normal road trip. So it must be completely unrelated to what Cars on the Road is going to be like, because this seems like a more darker spin on Cars, like especially with the Mad Max sort of setting. So I wonder how they're going to be getting into these adventures. Are they going to be just stories being thought up by Mater when they're sitting around the campfire, or are they going to be actual adventures they get into? It does make me wonder, but I think it'll be very interesting to see how it happens and how they will get into these adventures, and if they're real and not stories Mater's thinking of, how will they get into them? And touch on the casting again. So I do think that the road trip will just be like McQueen and Mater, judging by the concept art. There was a bit of speculation as to will it just be like McQueen and Mater, will other cars join them? However, who else do I think is going to be in this series? First off, I think some of the other main faces of the franchise will be back. Like Tony Shalhoub, Stella Alonso, Bonnie Hunt, John Ratzenberger. Bonnie Hunt and John Ratzenberger would be very surprised if either of them don't return, because they both did Monsters at Work, so there'd be no reason for them not to do Cars on the Road, really. And Luigi and Cruz, I don't see how they couldn't come back either. Cruz seems like she's now one of the main characters of the franchise, and even if I'm not the biggest fan of her character. I think it would make sense if she did come back. And then Guido. I think Guido will come back, but his voice actor is now working at I think Skydance Animation or something. That's where John Lasseter is working as well. So whether they'll just use past recordings or cast a new voice actor or bring him back. And then Lizzie. I heard there's rumours of Lizzie being replaced with a new voice actress because Catherine Hellman, Lizzie's old voice actress, passed away in 2019. So I'm quite curious to see if they. I think these are the options I think they could take Lizzie. Recast her, give her no lines like what they did in Dancing with the Cars and Unparalleled Parking. So kill her off, recast her, give her no lines, or just use old voice recordings like what they did with Doc Hudson, even with Mr. Potato Head in Toy Story 4. I do remember hearing Mr. Potato Head being potentially recasted, but I do think that wouldn't have been very respectful, especially to Don Rickles' family. But anyways, Armie Hammer, Jackson Storm. I don't think Jackson Storm will return because of all the controversy Armie Hammer's been involved in. I'll leave it at that. This looks like it's going to be a series that doesn't revolve around the Piston Cup, and I wonder how they're going to tie that in, because Cars 2 took place during the Piston Cup off-season, after it come back from racing for the season. So I wonder, will Cars on the Road be the same, or will it take place during the Piston Cup off-season? Because at the end of Cars 3 he was still racing. Now, come Cars on the Road, I'm curious to find out, will he still be racing, or will he have retired and be Cruise's crew chief now? Because if I remember correctly, I think he took a break to be Cruise's crew chief, and then he was going to go back to racing afterwards. So yeah, I'm quite curious to see what happens, but only time will tell. But I think either option is if he's still racing, then I think this will take place during the Piston Cup off-season. And if he's retired to become Cruise's crew chief, I'd assume he's just taking a break from that. So, only time will tell, really. I guess that's really all I have to say at the moment. I'll make more videos as more information comes out, but yeah, so please remember to like, subscribe, comment, favourite, share, do all that normal stuff I tell you what to do. Let me know your thoughts, discussions and hopes for you guys on the road down below. Another thing I would love to see is return of Thunder Hollow. I really hope they find some way to tie Thunder Hollow in, because they're going across America, and Thunder Hollow is almost on the other side of America from Radiator Springs from what I remember, so hopefully they do tie it in, because I think Miss Fritta's voice actress said she wants to reprise the role of Miss Fritta in Cars 4. And I remember reading an article about Cars on the Road the other day, and it said that they actually Cars 4 is actually going to be planned but cancelled because of how disappointing Cars 3 did at the box office. So even though Cars 4 isn't happening, I wonder if Leah Valeria will be open to reprising her role as Miss Fritta in Cars on the Road. Who knows? Let's have to wait and see. Okay, anyways, that is it for the video now. So yeah, for real, so do all that stuff I told you what to do, and I'll see you all in the very next video. So something that I actually forgot to mention, I've just realised while going through and editing the video, is there's an image shown by Disney Plus of some of the upcoming Pixar properties that they're working on, I think, and in there was actually a mater that you could see. Looked like it had all sorts of metal things attached to him. I'm not sure really what the story is behind him, but thought that would be worth bringing up as well. And personally, I'm quite curious to see what transpires from that. I expect it would be another adventure that Mater and Lightning would be going on during their road trip, similar to the photos we showed before, like the Mad Max and the Flintstone reminiscent ones. I expect some sort of, this one almost gives off futuristic space vibes of sort. The photo is up on the screen here. For those of you who haven't seen it yet, want to see it. I guess, yeah, so let me know what you guys think will transpire from this Mater, and that's it for the video.